like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel's primary focus is on true crime. We will be looking at quite a few interesting cases, and I am so happy to have you here along with me. If this is your first time here, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I add new content. Okay, guys, let's get into this one.
Good. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Committee on Parole is called to order. Today's date is June 11th, 2024. The time is 10:09 a.m. My name is Danny Barra. I'm serving as the chairman today. My colleagues are Mr. Freeman on the right and Mr. Tillis on my left. And the panel is situated here at headquarters in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Our remote location is Dixon Correctional Center. Mr. Dew, please introduce yourself, stating your full name and DOC number for the record.
My name is Tin Mando. My DOC number is 729860.
We'll give you a brief explanation of the process, and then we'll begin. I'm going to read some information regarding your case. I'll ask you to verify it. Then we'll conduct a parole interview. Your case is assigned to Mr. Pete Freeman, who's going to ask the first questions and make the first vote. After those interviews are completed, we're going to ask the staff there at Dixon to give us some input about you. We'll have a chance for your supporters, which I see you have Emily Dew, a daughter who wants to participate. And we also have Mr. Randy Myers from the Jefferson DA's office who's going to participate. And then you also be allowed to make a final statement to the parole board regarding your case.
Yes, sir.
So today we have parole consideration, Ken Dew, DOC number 729860, who's a third felony offender, who's been convicted of computer fraud, 15 counts, simple burglary, 7 counts, bank fraud, 3 counts, and you were adjudicated as an habitual offender for computer fraud on August 16, 2023, and was sentenced to serve 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, and 4 years hard labor, all to run concurrent for a total of 4 years in Jefferson Parish. Your parole eligibility date is 8/15/24. Your good time date is 8/21/26, and your full term date is 8/16/27. How does that sounds correct to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman, so he will ask you the first round of questions.
Okay, how you say your last name? How you pronounce it?
Doe.
Doe. Okay. Mr. Doe, how old are you?
I'm 45, sir.
Okay, and how long have you been in jail on this charge?
I've been in jail for 10 months.
Okay, and what's your educational level?
My educational level is like 9th grade.
Okay, you never received your GED?
No, sir.
Have you ever attempted to get your GED?
Yes, I'm going to attempt. I attempted to GED twice already, sir.
All right. Tell me what the deal was. What were you doing with this money you were getting after you would steal these credit cards and go buy stuff?
That time I was like an addict. I'm real truthful that I'm an addict, and it just everything is more for me, and me.
Okay, I'm glad you realize that. So,
Yeah,
so you were stealing the money mainly for drugs. Is that
yeah,
what you telling me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, you were released on parole on 22 and it closed on 23, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you got arrested for this charge?
No, they sent me. They said when they released me, they Justin Paris can pick me up right after they released me. So
Okay,
it
got you.
supposed to
It's
run to
pending
Paris
charge.
with Orleans.
Okay.
Sir.
Um, tell me about this charge of aggravated battery back in, I think it was 2018.
That time it was, that time I was like, it's this girl. She hit me. Then, then my anger just took over. Then I did it, and I was deeply sorry. I talked to her before, and I told her I was sorry that I really did it, but I never did it with a weapon. But she did it. She said that I did it with a weapon, but I didn't. But I told her I was sorry. Then, everything else, like you know, then we talked again.
Guys, what do you think the outcome is going to be? Do you think he's going to get paroled?
Everything else, like you know, then we talked again, and just like a friend again. That we it,
Okay. Let me ask you this. Was there a gun involved?
no, I never picked up a gun because she knew that I have a gun in my house because I live in New Orleans East. It's where a bad place is, so I always have a gun in my drawer. So, but she told the officer that I picked up the gun, but really I didn't. But I admit that I assaulted her. Yes, I did, but I never pick up a gun. But you know, to
You
do it,
knew you're not supposed to have that gun in your house either, huh?
yeah, I understand. Yes, where I don't supposed to have a gun in my house. Yes,
Okay.
I was literally just thinking that. He's a convicted felon. He's not supposed to have any firearms in his possession. That's a violation right there.
supposed to have a gun in my house. Yes,
Okay. You have one child. Do you have in touch with your child?
yes, that's right there, Emily Doe, right there.
Okay. Okay. Y'all have a good relationship?
Yes, we have a good relationship.
Okay. I'm gonna just quickly read through this. Jerry Taylor is opposed. He's one of the victims. Scott Deal had no response. Scott Seen Kawhi is opposed. Gerald Dugas said he's unopposed because if you hadn't learned your lesson in 2 years, this will not help. But obviously you've only served 10 months. There was no comments from some of them. Chase Banks made no comment. And Brian Davis was unopposed. All right, you have 390 days of good time. What class have you taken?
I have taken Living Balance, Nurturing Parenting, Cage Your Rage, and pre-release program, sir.
Okay, have you taken victims accountability?
Victim accountability, no, that's the only class that I took, like anger management class.
Okay,
And stuff. Yes, sir.
okay. Did you pay any of the restitution of
Uh,
$66,273.63?
the judge say that when I get released in the year or something, then I'm gonna have to pay for the restitution because I was incarcerated, so I can't pay for the restitution right now.
Okay, you have no write-ups. Warren, you and your staff have any comments?
Yes, how you doing, Mr. Freeman? We got Doe back in November, so he's only been, it was a short period of time, but since his arrival here, he hasn't been a disciplinary issue for us. He has completed some programming. He's one of our minimum security inmates. He works back at the maintenance automotive school in the back. I would like to see him at least try to work on his GED while he's here and possibly get him in that victim impact class and get that on his belt. I think that'll help him.
Thank you, sir.
Mr.
Mr.
Tillis?
Byron?
Mr. Tillis, you got any questions?
You said you were stealing, committing these crimes because of your drug habit.
Yes, I admit that I was drug, but I'm in a meeting, the NAAA meeting. I'm in the meeting right now. I'm still going to the meeting as every day, like every week. I'm still going to meetings after meetings.
Okay, I see.
Better, like you say, better myself for everything else.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, I have one question for you. You have a very long criminal record in multiple states over a long period of time. Please tell me why the board should grant you parole, and what would you do different to avoid returning to custody?
Me and my sister had talked about it, so I'm gonna come out and get my ASC first certification, get my GED. I was gonna get my GEDs and get a license for a dealership license to buy and sell cars because I was doing cars on the street, and I'm doing, and I'm working more knowledge in here because I'm working at an automotive department. So I'm building more knowledge on it, on different type of cars and different type of vehicles, different type of motors, and and everything else.
All right, let's hear from your daughter, Miss Emily Dew. Or Doe.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're listening. Can you tell us what you have to say about father and an early release?
So me and my father, he's been in my life throughout my whole life, and I would like to see him whenever I could throughout my life. And I just feel like our bond and our closeness, and I would love to see him soon, sorry. And he helps me with school whenever I have any problems and any vehicle I have. Um, During high school, my friend crashed my car, and my father took time out to fix my car for me and provide any mode of transportation that I will need to school.
All right, thank you for letting us know that. All right, we do have some opposition to this from law enforcement. We have the sheriff is opposed, and also the district attorney's office is opposed. Mr. Dew, you get a last chance to give us your statement about why we shouldn't, and then we'll go on to Mr. Randy Myers with the DA's office. Why do you think we should grant you parole today?
Like I say, I'm really deeply sorry to all the victims that I did wrongs to, but I really rehabilitate myself as a person and everything else that I better myself, and like I say, staying out of everything that that could trouble me. I'm staying away from it and everything else, and like I say, I hope you know like you say, I'm just saying, I want to say really sorry to my family and everything, to everybody who I caused pain and hurt for, and hope I get another chance. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Myers.
Good morning, Randy Myers, Assistant DA Jefferson Bash. We're opposed at this time to Mr. Doe's request we're concerned with his extensive criminal history, and the limited programming that he's had while he's been incarcerated. A disciplinary report is good, and that's a good sign. But I think the biggest thing that we would like to see is to make sure he gets the tools that he really needs when he gets out of prison to be able to stay out of prison. And I think part of that is a long-term substance abuse treatment program that he could take and then be successful at completing. I also would like to see him get his GED and the other additional programs. As the warden said, the victim impact and GED are two things that he should work on. But he had gotten out on parole in Orleans Parish and was committing these offenses. I think it's quite clear that he has a serious drug problem, and he needs to learn a little bit more about it, I believe, before he's released. And upon his release, I think the board ought to, I know it's part of the judgment that he pay that restitution within a certain time. I think that should be made a part of his eventual parole release as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the board's ready to vote. We're gonna begin with Mr. Freeman. Please give us your decision.
Okay, Mr. Doe, you've only been in 10 months, so we don't have a lot to look at. There's no doubt you need victim impact classes. You need to get your GED, and then you can reapply. I'm also going to recommend drug treatment, but that's going to be up to the state whether they can move you, because I think you like the DA said, you need inpatient drug treatment if you're ever going to stay out. So, and my vote is to deny.
All right, Mr. Tillis.
I concur with Mr. Freeman because I think you need some more training, drug abuse treatment, and there's not been enough time served. So my vote is to deny.
Mr. Dew, I'm going to vote to deny your parole due to the extensive criminal record in multiple states, the number of victims involved in these cases, the total disregard for other people's property, the short sentence you received in the current case that includes a habitual offender conviction. I'm also going to recommend that you continue with long-term substance abuse treatment, get your GED, and take some victim awareness classes before you come back for another hearing. So today, your parole has been denied, and this will conclude our business in your case. We'll adjourn at 10:26 a.m.
Thank you.
Okay, so he wasn't granted parole. I'm not really surprised because he hasn't done even 50% of his 4-year sentence. Guys, please be sure to drop me a comment, smash that like button, and share. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe today. Set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I add new content.